masking our fears, laughing through the chaos and drinking some beers. So here's to the laughs, the grunts and the cheers, all the awkward moments, and we're still here. Cause in the end we're just doing our thing. It's our crazy life, oh, one more thing. Oh, one more thing. Oh!
Hey, everybody, it's Rob. Welcome to our podcast. Oh, and one more thing.
Hey, and I'm Brian. Here again. You can't get rid of us. Well, you can, but please don't.
Please don't. We love that you're here. All right, so you realize every podcast, this is my personal ranting time, right?
It is.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's been a theme.
It has been a theme, and today it's all about driving again.
Not driving again.
So we have coffee on Tuesdays, as everybody knows. So I come to work a little bit later. So today it was about 8:30, and I'm driving down the lovely Bloomington Strip on 494.
Right. It's a lovely drive.
Lovely drive, going a massive 35 miles an hour, 4 lanes of traffic.
Well, you're speeding.
Yeah. And I'm doing my nice thing as a nice Minnesota boy, and I'm leaving a 1 to 2 car gap between the car in front of me.
Oh, that's your first mistake.
Okay, well, you have to leave a little bit, but you can't leave more than that because you leave 3 or 4. That's enough room for a semi to shoot right
in there.
So I got my 1 to 2 car gap, doing my own thing, and you'd think I was invisible by all the cars that were just cutting me off.
Right.
Like, I can't tell you how many times I had to slam on my brakes and get out of their way in my lane.
If you had half a car length in front of you, that's enough room for someone to try to squeeze in.
It is, but I do get a little nervous during rush hour, especially.
It's terrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Right. But here's the deal. So I followed a couple of these people that cut me off that I did not give the finger to, but in my mind, I totally did.
Oh, you're so nice.
And I watched them. And a couple of them that cut me off, they have like a mile and a half before their exit. So I appreciate the fact that you're pre-planning, you're trying to get over before it's too late. That's fantastic. But do you need a mile and a half? Can you maybe like put your turn signal on and slowly come over?
Well, okay, now get into their mindset. They're nervous. They got to get into that lane of traffic and it's full.
Yeah.
And so I know my exit's in a little ways, but I got to get in now.
Yeah, it's a mile and a half. You were fine. It's the other people that really push my buttons when they have like half a block to their exit and then the far left lane have to cut over 4 lanes of traffic. And not only did they cut me up, but they cut 3 other cars off to get over their lane.
Oh, Rob.
Now,
have you ever done that?
I have not. But
oh, come on now. You haven't been in the wrong lane accidentally and got, oh, shoot, there's my exit.
You know what I do? I miss my damn exit and go to the next one because I'm a nice driver.
Well, you are a nice driver. Sometimes I try to make it over there. Yeah, that doesn't actually pan out well.
If you can make it, yes, I get that. But here's the thing. I'm pretty positive all of us went to driving school at some point.
No, really? I think they just give them licenses out like candy.
How did we all forget about it? That's what drives me nuts. Anyway, off my rant. Thank you for allowing me the time. I'm super excited about our topic today, though.
Well, yeah.
So, and I understand. Okay, don't turn off the podcast.
Okay, so hey, I got one thing to add to our ranting topic here. It's not really a rant, but remember our topic back a ways about sugar?
Yeah.
We talked about all that retro candy. Mm-hmm. So my daughter was on a school trip. She was a chaperone, and she was down in Branson, Missouri.
Oh.
Well, they went to a candy store.
Okay.
Guess what? You'll never guess what she brought back for me.
What did she bring back?
Candy cigarettes.
Oh my gosh, she did not.
Yes. I got it right here. Are they crazy
Those
or
are
what?
so cool.
I know. They're just like, they're smaller than they used to be. But yeah.
Well, hang on. Think back 50 years.
Well, they were
Are
big.
they really?
They were big back then. Yeah. You roll them up in your shirt sleeve.
Exactly.
You're really cool.
Right.
But yeah, I had to share that with you.
Oh, that is awesome. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm really excited to talk about our topic today for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
One is we all know Brian is the uber excellent researcher of our podcast.
Aw, thanks, Rob.
But I stumbled across a topic, and I thought it was super interesting, and I get it. Please don't turn off our podcast. Please listen to it. But I get that it's a super niche kind of topic today. It's us all about Minnesota and a little bit of Waconia. Okay?
Sure.
I know it's a very narrow audience. But if you don't like the topic, shoot us a damn email. Give us some topics to talk about, people.
I mean, sometimes we're grasping at straws, but
Right.
usually I do a pretty good job.
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing, pod@gmail.com. Give us some suggestions. We'd love to talk about things you'd like us to talk about.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah, so it's great. But anyway, so at least we've got some riveting content today to talk about. We can dive into the history of Minnesota and Waconia.
Okay, cool. So you mean when Minnesota became a state in 1858, right?
No, a little bit farther back.
Okay, so you mean when the European settlers began fur trading here in about the late 1650s?
We're going to go a little bit further than that.
All right, so then you must really mean the Dakota Sioux or later the Ojibwe lived here in this area for centuries before the Europeans got here.
No, a little further.
What? Further than that, what the hell are you talking about?
So I'm talking about the geological history of Minnesota. Its saga of extremes, ranging from towering volcanic mountains and tropical seas to a mile of solid ice. Because Minnesota sits on some of the oldest exposed rock on Earth, its environmental record is remarkably deep.
Wow, you're going way back. Rock on, dude.
I know, right? Hey, but since you're talking about rocks, what is a rock's favorite genre of music?
I don't know what.
Hard rock.
Lame. Okay, let's get into it.
All right. So we are going to go back to prehistoric foundations of the Archean Eon, which is 3.8 to 2.5 billion years ago. Billion with a B.
Yeah, that's a long time.
It's a long time. So the prehistoric foundations of Minnesota are, we have some of the oldest rocks, the Morton Gneiss.
Okay.
You know what that is?
Well, it's a rock, isn't it?
It's a rock, yeah.
Yeah.
So we know this from multiple lines of geological evidence collected across Minnesota, especially in the Minnesota River Valley and the northern part of the state. There are 3 areas that help us determine this.
All right. What are they?
Radiometric dating. So geologists measure the decay of radioactive isotopes inside zircon crystals in the rock. Way above my head.
Okay, I was just going to say, this is like way above most people's head.
Already lost me. Just trust me, they know what they're doing.
Right.
And these minerals act like tiny little time capsules and give us a very precise age.
Okay.
Metamorphic texture. So the gneiss shows extreme heat and pressure deformation, consistent with early continental crust formation.
Okay, still way over my head.
Way over my head.
Pretty fascinating, actually.
And regional mapping. So the rock is part of the ancient continental core called the Superior Province of the Canadian Shield, confirming it formed during the Archean period.
Okay.
So this tells us Minnesota sits on some of the Earth's earliest surviving crust.
That's actually pretty interesting.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, in my mind, you think of like the oldest part of the world. It's like in like Jerusalem and like all that kind of things.
Right.
It's because we were raised, Catholic and Protestant and all that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, to me, that's just fascinating that was like all here.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Next, we jump into the, see if I can say this word, Proterozoic
Oh, you nailed it.
Eon.
Love it.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's 2.5 billion to 551 million years ago.
That's a lot.
That's still way back there.
Way back.
So iron and the Great Rift. What does that mean?
Yeah, what's that?
Well, iron formations around 2 billion years ago, oxygen-producing bacteria, cyanobacteria, began filling the oceans with oxygen. Okay, so that's great, I suppose.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, we have to breathe. This caused dissolved iron to rust and settle on the ocean floor, creating the Mesabi and I don't know what that word is.
Kuyana
Iron ranges.
What's Kuyana? So the Iron Range.
Okay, so up there in Minnesota.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I always knew that was like a thing. The Iron Range, with a kind of that.
Well, it's always been the Iron Range, but where did it come from?
Right.
Apparently, these little bacteria.
That's way cool.
I guess. Anyway, the mid-continent rift, about 1.1 billion years ago, North America began to split apart.
No.
A massive rift opened from Lake Superior down through what is now the Twin Cities. Gigantic lava flows poured out. If the rift hadn't stopped, Minnesota would have been on the edge of the new ocean.
What?
I know, right?
Really?
Yeah, that's kind of fascinating.
That is very fascinating. That's cool, man. This shit is really fascinating, isn't it?
It is.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Rob.
We all know that Spring Green fertilizes our lawn and sprays for weeds.
And it looks fantastic.
Did you also know they offer a bunch of other services?
Like making mosquitoes go away? We love our mosquito-free yard, especially in Minnesota. You know mosquitoes are the official state bird, right?
I'm fairly certain it's the loon, but yes, no mosquitoes rock.
And liquid aerations rock. And mechanical aerations and overseeding and lawn insect control.
Oh my! And don't forget about the total home pest and rodent control.
That's right. My house is mouse-free.
See what Spring Green can do for you at spring-green.com for a personalized quote specific to your property. That's spring-green.com.
And tell them, and one more thing sent you.
Now we're going to get to the next period.
The Paleozoic era?
Yeah.
I love that era.
Right? So that was 541 to 252 million years ago.
Oh, I remember that.
It was a tropical paradise.
It is every day here, a tropical paradise.
No, seriously though, but in Minnesota, for hundreds of millions of years, Minnesota sat near the equator.
What?
Right? So isn't that when all the land masses were connected? Pangea?
Oh, yeah. Don't we have a restaurant named Pangea?
We do, Pangea Cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to tie it back.
Yeah, right? So the inland seas, the state was repeatedly flooded by warm, shallow, epic continental seas.
Ooh.
And marine life, the environment looked like a tropical reef. This era left behind the sandstone, limestone, and shale found in the bluffs of the Mississippi River, packed with fossils of trilobites, brachiopods, oh my gosh, and cephalopods.
Oh, yeah, cephalopods.
Right? Who can forget about the cephalopods?
Then, of course, we have the Mesozoic era, 252 to 66 million years ago. This is during the age of dinosaurs. A massive sea stretched from the Gulf of Mexico to the Arctic, covering western Minnesota. The environment was so humid and swampy, it had coastal swamps.
Oh.
The evidence of this, shark teeth and various marine reptile fossils have been found in the iron ore of the Mesabi Range, proving that the ocean once reached deep into the northern part of the state.
I didn't know they had shark teeth up there.
I know. Why can't we ever find one?
Right, exactly. That's so cool.
I'm not looking, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. And then lastly, we have the Cenozoic era, which is 66 million years ago to today. So this is the Ice Age and our land of 10,000 lakes. This is the area that created the Minnesota we see today.
Oh, that's cool.
So starting about 2 million years ago, massive ice sheets, some over a mile thick, advanced and retreated across the state.
No, wait. A mile thick? That's like almost atmospheric.
That's right. That's 5,200
some
odd feet high.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's huge, man. The glaciers acted like giant sandpaper, grinding down mountains and carving out deep basins.
Right.
As the last sheet, the Laurentide, retreated about 12,000 years ago, it left behind kettle holes, or our lakes are all over the area, and created the massive glacial lake Agassiz, which eventually drained to form the Red River Valley.
Okay.
And the Red River Valley follows the Red River along the Minnesota and North Dakota border and goes up into Canada.
Yeah. Did you know that's one of the very few rivers that flows north?
Flows north. Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
Yep. The oldest rock in Minnesota and some of the oldest in the entire world is the Morton Gneiss, located in the Minnesota River Valley.
Right.
Dating back approximately 3.5 to 3.6 billion years, this rock is a true founder of the North American continent. To put that in perspective, the Earth itself is about 4.5 billion years old. The Morton Gneiss formed when the planet was still in its infancy, long before any life existed.
So, man, those paleontologists that are researching this stuff, that's pretty fascinating.
Right? And to me, and when I was kind of going over this topic and stumbled across it, I was like, to me, that's just fascinating. I never learned any of this in school.
Well, you grazed upon it, but you weren't paying attention.
Let me rephrase that. I never paid attention to any of this in school.
Right. That's probably better.
There we go.
Yeah.
I just thought it was cool. So anyway.
Well, that is interesting, and we have a little, I guess it's history lesson going on here. So how does Waconia play into this?
So the landscape of Waconia is a relatively recent masterpiece.
Masterpiece it is.
Yes, it is. Although the underlying bedrock is hundreds of millions of years old, the surface was sculpted almost entirely by the final stages of the Ice Age, when a massive ice lobe stalled right in our area.
Okay, I get it.
So long before the lakes existed, Waconia sat at the bottom of a shallow tropical sea during the Cambrian period, which is about 500 million years ago.
All right.
The floor beneath the glacial drift in Carver County is primarily sandstone and shale. And because this bedrock is buried under 200 to 400 feet of glacial debris, we don't see the dramatic bluffs here like those found in southeastern Minnesota, which the bluffs down there are just huge and they're gorgeous.
Right.
The most significant event for Waconia happened roughly 14,000 years ago during the Wisconsin glaciation. Glaciation.
Okay, I'm going to go with that.
Glaciation. I'm going to go with that. But Wisconsin, Minnesota, don't. Ugh. Makes me sad.
What?
Have to tie Wisconsin into Minnesota and
get
Waconia.
off. We might have listeners in Wisconsin.
I love Wisconsin.
Yeah.
They make the best cheese.
That sounds way better.
There you go.
My gosh, why are you alienating people, Rob?
I hate people. Okay.
Hey, we're gonna do a podcast where it teaches you how to like people.
We should totally do that.
Okay.
I think that'd be good.
It's coming up, people. Don't worry.
It's on the list. All right. So a massive tongue of ice called now we got the Des Moines Lobe. Now we're getting Iowa into it.
Just relax.
What is going on?
And read the frickin' content.
God, it's painful. A massive tongue of ice called the Des Moines Lobe pushed south from Canada, flowing through the Red River Valley and into central Minnesota.
See, there's Minnesota for you.
There we go. I feel much better. This specific ice sheet was unique because it traveled over limestone and shale, leaving behind the rich, dark, clay-heavy soil that makes Carver County so fertile today and likely keeps our spring green customers busy.
Hey, nice way to tie that in.
Because we have great soil here.
Okay, so then comes the creation of Lake Waconia.
Right. And when you look, you can see Lake Waconia, like when you're looking at like an overhead view of southern Minnesota and the Twin Cities. Lake Waconia stands out next to Lake Minnetonka. It's a huge
Because we're very, very circular shaped lake.
It's easy to spot.
Yeah, it's easy to spot.
Yep.
Versus like Lake Minnetonka, which is all those inlets
Right.
and pieces and little parts, and it's just very, very big.
Yeah.
It's just spread over a large
Very
space.
scattered.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
So Lake Waconia is what geologists call an ice block or a kettle lake, but on a massive scale.
Kettle Lake. Okay.
Sure. This is called the ice cube effect. As the Des Moines lobe began to melt and retreat, a colossal block of stagnant ice, essentially a glacier-sized ice cube,
Okay.
broke off and was buried by sand and gravel carried by the melting water.
Okay.
When the buried ice block finally melted hundreds of years later, the ground above it collapsed, creating a deep basin that is now Lake Waconia.
Oh.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And Coney Island, we have a little island on the lake, as you know. The island is a high point where the debris was either deposited differently or the ice didn't weigh down the land as heavily, leaving a permanent landmark in the center of the basin.
That's super fascinating. I mean, especially for our geologists listening. And you know what's funny about what you just talked about the glacier melting and it collapsed. When you're like looking at Coney Island, you're on the water and you have your depth finder on. Like you go from Coney Island, it drops like a flipping rock. It goes down to 40 feet in the span of about, you probably go 30, 40 feet away from the island.
So that's
a huge drop.
Totally makes sense to how then either that dropped off or melted in the way it did, to create that big sheer cliff.
Yeah, and it makes sense. Or earlier when you talked about the bluffs in southern Minnesota, like if we didn't have basically the water in Lake Waconia, we'd have nothing but bluffs in that entire area. It goes very shallow and very deep all over the place.
Right.
Ton of bluffs under there. That's super interesting.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Coney Island for a second because since you brought it up. Did you know Coney Island was the premier destination in Minnesota from the 1880s to the 1950s?
Okay, so I knew a little bit about that, but I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, I didn't either. I knew it went back a little bit because I heard some rumors, and we'll get to them in a second. But, So it was developed in 1884. Lambert Nagley purchased the island for $5,200 and developed it into a summer resort.
Okay, so I knew there was a resort on the island.
Yeah.
But
And I knew it was like around the turn of the century.
Right.
But that's really all I knew.
But that's about all.
Yeah. So he called it Coney Island of the West. So from the 1880s to the 1920s.
Well, that's cool.
The island became a popular getaway, attracting visitors from across the country with its hotels, dance halls, and scenic beauty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And if you've ever been out to Waconia, it is just gorgeous area. It's just beautiful with the lake and the trees and the sunset. It's beautiful. Did you know
what?
From 1903 to 1905, the University of Minnesota football team held preseason practices on the island?
I did not know that. The island's that big, by the way?
It is. There's like kind of well, not a bare spot, but an open area that's relatively flat, which is enough to house a football field.
Okay.
So
wow.
Yeah.
So I've never been on the island in the summer.
You haven't?
No.
We're going to make that happen this year.
And I've been on the island once in the winter because I walked across the lake.
Yeah.
And we walked on the island. But that was before it was a park. Now it's a community park.
Yeah.
It was privately owned at the time. And there still are foundations of the buildings out there.
Yep, there sure are. Yep.
But I've not seen them.
Yeah. So in the last couple of years, the island was sold to Carver County Regional Park System, and it was back in 1976. It was put on the National Register of Historic Places, and it was privately owned for those like 40 some years. So technically, it was private property, but people still stopped there and had bonfires and did their own thing anyway. But yeah, about 3-4 years ago, the Carver County Park System bought it, and they added some trails, and they got some fire pits, some picnic tables, some walking, some nice areas in there now.
Right.
But they did keep a lot of the foundations there, and you can see some of that old stuff still there.
I should go out there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We'll do it this summer for sure. But what happened in the 1920s? Well, actually, it was a really big booming resort during the 1900s, and the rise of the automobile and changing vacation trends led to it to decline by the 20s.
Okay.
So, in the final years in decline, later renamed Paradise Island in 1927, it served as a popular dinner and dancing spot into the 30s and 50s before it was abandoned in the 60s. And to me, when we say it was abandoned in the 60s, well, you weren't here, but I was alive but don't remember. We had an amusement park in the close town of Excelsior.
I'm aware of the amusement park,
Yes.
but obviously was never there.
So I wonder if that was part of it, because you could get to Excelsior from downtown Minneapolis. They had trolley lines.
Oh, okay.
The old Excelsior Boulevard, which is next to Highway 7 now.
Yeah.
They had trolley lines go all the way from downtown.
Oh, the trolleys still run in Excelsior.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the end of the trolley line. Those
Right.
lines are still there from back in the day. But so I wonder if that had something to do with it too, where it just became kind of boring to go sit on a park on an island when you could go to the amusement park,
which was
down the
new
street.
at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but today the park is open to the public. It's offering a huge glimpse into the past with visible, historic, crumbling ruins. So it's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
So you might be asking, how do we know all of this?
It's called Google.
I'm not saying we know this.
Oh, okay.
But how do geologists know this?
That interests me.
Okay. They combined radiometric dating, mineral chemistry, rock structure, regional geographic mapping, and comparison to modern volcanic systems. Together, they form a consistent, testable story. Minnesota's stable modern landscape rests on some of the oldest volcanic crust on Earth.
Yeah, see, that's when you think of volcanoes, you do not think of Minnesota.
You don't. I know. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. But that's back when it was one landmass, Pangea.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward a bit, like a lot. And give a little history on Waconia itself.
Love it.
Long before European settlers, the area around present-day Waconia was home to the Dakota Sioux people.
Okay.
The name Waconia comes from a Dakota word often translated as spring-fed water or fountain.
Oh.
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Referring to the clear waters of the Lake Waconia. The lake and surrounding prairie provided fishing, hunting, and fertile land.
Yeah, and that to me is a little fascinating too, because Waconia has historically always been very clear because it is spring fed, which I did know that.
Well, until the fall.
And
then it's not clear
it's
anymore.
not clear anymore, because of the algae and leaves and things. And really until recently, I'd probably say in the last 4 or 5 years, it was free of zebra mussels.
Yeah.
And I have no proof of this, but my guess is as Lake Minnetonka has become more popular and become more crowded, people started shifting to other lakes, and Lake Waconia is the next biggest lake next to Minnetonka that has easy access. There's 3 public launches on the lake now. My guess is some of those traveled from that lake over to Waconia now.
Yeah, they do. They attach themselves to trailers and things, and they're an invasive species.
Yeah.
Our lake up in Alexandria has them in it, and they're cyclical.
Yeah.
The zebra mussels, and they will, they'll flourish, and they actually clean the lake. It becomes very, very clear.
They do.
And then once there's no more algae and things to eat, they die off.
Right. But also if you step on them, they cut the heck out of you.
Yeah, so you have to wear shoes.
Yes, the horrible.
You can no longer go barefoot.
Yeah.
So let's get back to this.
Yes.
Waconia was officially platted in 1857 during Minnesota's territorial period, just before it became a state in 1858. The town developed along key wagon routes between St. Paul and the Minnesota River Valley.
Many early settlers were German immigrants. Their influence shaped the town's culture, architecture, farming traditions, churches, and businesses, something still visible in local surnames, festivals, and historic buildings. Then in 1871, Waconia was incorporated into a village.
Really? You incorporate into a village?
Apparently.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know either.
Agriculture quickly became the backbone of Waconia's economy. Farms surrounding the town produced wheat, corn, and dairy products. The arrival of the railroad in the late 19th century connected Waconia to larger markets, accelerating trade and growth. Grain elevators, creameries, blacksmith shops, and general stores developed along the rail lines.
Okay, so now this has always fascinated me, and I have not gone into research on this, and I need to, because as you're driving along Highway 5, the older parts of Highway 5 mirror the old railroads that came from Minneapolis, came from downtown. And did you know the cafe, the old
Etc.
Etc. Okay. And did you know the Etc. Cafe and kind of right off Highway 5, that's the old train depot.
Is it really?
Yeah. So that whole part of town is where the old train depot was.
And I know a while back they were pulling all the railroad tracks out, and I know that there are some old ones still there.
Yeah. And if you go out farther west on Highway 5 to Norwood, you can see the ridge of the land where it hasn't been, reshaped yet, where the old railroad tracks ran.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm fascinated to see where all the old lines ran. Because that's
look that up.
That's how a lot of people got here in the late 19th century before automobiles became huge.
Right.
They all took the train out to Lake Waconia.
Right.
So this to me is just fascinating. I may be the only one, but I think it's cool. So during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, or the late 1800s to early 1900s, Lake Waconia became a popular summer destination for visitors from Minneapolis and St. Paul. Resorts, hotels, and steamboats operated on the lake, drawing vacationers seeking fishing, boating, and fresh country air. This early tourism helped diversify the town's economy beyond farming.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Steamboats. That's crazy,
imagine?
right?
I know.
And they're just like tooting around the lake.
Yeah.
That's cool. Going out to the island.
Yeah. I mean, I know the lake's huge, but I can't imagine a steamboat on Lake Waconia.
Right.
It just is odd to me.
It's just so different to think about from today's perspective, how life was.
Right.
So getting back to our topic, as we routinely get off topic.
Shocker.
Throughout the 20th century, Waconia remained a small but stable agricultural community. Improvements in roads and highways gradually reduced reliance on the rail system. After World War II, better highways and automotive access tied Waconia more closely to the growing Twin Cities metropolitan area.
Yeah, and did you know of the metropolitan district is what we call it, is what kind of runs the 7-county metro area?
Sure.
Waconia is on the very edge of the district. So where our house is right now, where we're doing this podcast from, if you literally look out to the west 300 feet, County Road 10, that's the edge of the metropolitan district.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's
Well,
right.
cool.
It's right there. We're on the edge of it. Yep. Today, Waconia is the county seat of Carver County. In recent decades, it has grown as a residential community within commuting distance of Minneapolis. Despite growth, it retains a historic downtown, lakeside recreation, and strong agricultural roots.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Did you know there have been some additional notable people that came from Waconia, Minnesota?
I know of a couple, but I'm guessing we found some more.
I found a few.
Okay, what'd you find?
So Don Herbert, best known for the creator of Watch Mr. Wizard and Mr. Wizard's World.
Shut the front door.
2 children's science and technology
Seriously?
shows that served as the precursor to the ultra-famous Bill Nye the Science Guy shows.
Yeah.
Was born here in 1917.
I watched him all the time growing up.
Yeah.
He was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's so cool. Some other celebrities with community ties are Jen Bostic, a country Christian music singer-songwriter, and she was a Waconia show choir alum.
Yeah.
I believe back in 2014 she graduated.
I think so.
Ballpark somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool.
And she actually has a huge following in Europe. Like, she lives in Nashville now, but she goes to Europe. I mean, she sells out shows like left and right.
That's cool.
Pretty cool.
Then we have Bob Stinson, a founding member and the lead guitarist of the rock band The Replacements.
Wait, the I'll Be There For You band?
Yeah.
Shut the front door. Really?
He's from here.
I did not know that. Okay, did you know this one? Max Williams, an NFL tight end. Did I lose you already?
No, I'm following you, although football's not my thing,
Right,
but I
okay.
gotcha.
Yeah, so he's an NFL tight end from 2015 to 2022. He did play for Waconia. They did go to the state championship the year he was here.
Yeah.
He played for the Ravens and the Cardinals, and in 2014, he was an All-American.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max graduated the same time my oldest daughter
Oh,
graduated.
well, there you go. So you know Max.
Yeah.
I mean, not personally.
Not
probably,
personally,
but
no.
You know of
I
him.
know
Yeah.
of him.
Yeah.
So then we have another
Okay.
famous person, Shane Wiskus, a member of the Teams USA's 2020 Summer Olympics gymnastics team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. And one more, again, sports. Sorry.
Okay. Yay, sports.
Max McAnally. He was a 4-time Minnesota State high school champion at 3 different weight classes for Waconia High School.
That's cool. Isn't he in the news right now?
He is. So, well, in high school, he had a 181-1 record. He lost 1 match in all 4 years.
Wow.
Unheard of record.
Right.
Especially for wrestling.
That's crazy.
Yep. He was named the 2022-23 Metro Wrestler of the Year by Star Tribune. And he also received the 2023 Minnesota Wrestling Coaches Association's Mr. Minnesota High School Wrestling Award, and was ranked as the top pound-for-pound wrestler in Minnesota by The Guillotine magazine.
I don't even know what that is,
I have
but
no
that
idea.
sounds
It
impressive.
Sounds awesome. So he's currently a sophomore at the U of M, University of Minnesota, and he's the first U of M wrestler to win a title at 184 pounds and the first national champion since Gable Stevenson won back-to-back titles at heavyweight in 21 and 22. And
And what? There's more?
Little known fact. He signed my football in 2022. so here's the deal. So Spring Green, we
You better save that for a while.
I'm right. So Spring Green is a sponsor of some community things. One of the things we sponsor is the scoreboard at the Waconia High School.
Right.
And at the time, they would they still bring us back every year for one of the, like, usually homecoming, the halftime show, and just kind of, hey, here's our major sponsors, blah blah blah. Well, back then they had all the captains sign a football and give them to each of their major sponsors.
Okay.
And Max McAnally was on the team in 2022 and got a football signed by Max McAnally.
That's awesome.
So I'm totally saving that because that kid's famous now.
Yeah. One other thing to note about Waconia, did you know there was a movie filmed here?
As a matter of fact, I did.
Yes.
What is it?
It's Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Yes, it is.
It came out in 1999. The actual filming took place between July and September of 98.
Okay, no, I was not here at that time.
I moved here in September of 98.
Get out.
Yeah.
Did you have any idea they were
I had
filming it
no
at the time?
idea.
You had no idea
I mean,
what was going on.
they probably were done or
Right.
finishing up, but I had no idea because I just moved to town and we moved in and we went to the cabin.
Yeah. But people I've talked to that were here at the time, it was a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get like huge Hollywood movies in our cute little town very often.
You don't.
Or never.
So anyway, the film was shot throughout the Carver County area, mainly in Waconia, Minnesota, although names of the real Minnesota communities were shown on the sashes of the contestants later in the movie.
Right, things they wear, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool though if you know the area and you watch it, like, oh my God, I know that.
Yeah, actually, I've never watched the movie.
You need to watch. They actually filmed the scene right outside your church, St. Joe's.
Yeah. I know that St. Joe's, and I know the movie theaters in it. And
yeah, they like blow things up right in front of your church.
That's cool.
It was kind of cool.
So anyway.
So Drop Dead Gorgeous is a dark comedy mockumentary about the intensely competitive, cutthroat Sarah Rose American Teen Princess pageant in Mount Rose, Minnesota. That's a mouthful. As contestants are suspiciously killed off, poor but optimistic Amber Atkins, played by Kirsten Dunst, fights to win against the wealthy, ruthless favorite Becky Lehman, Denise Richards, and her obsessive pageant mom Gladys, played by Kirstie Alley.
Oh, I think I gotta watch this.
It's a great cast, and it is a really, really good movie.
And I heard they do a little bit of the Minnesota accent, but it's not like overdone. This is what I've heard.
It's not quite on the level of Fargo, the movie.
Okay, because that was overdone.
That was way overdone. So, but there's a little bit. They do get the little you betchas and don't you knows in there. But it honestly is a super, super cute movie. So
cool.
If you ever get a chance to watch it, take a look at it.
So anyway, I think we've had enough of this history lesson for one day.
That's a lot. And thank you very much for listening. It humors me that you're here.
As always, please follow us on the socials at Oh and One More Thing Pod on Facebook and Instagram for highlights and news and for upcoming shows.
And if you have a show idea for us or just want to give us some feedback, send us an email to ohandOneMoreThingPod@gmail.com. We would absolutely love to hear from you.
Plus, we still have some merchandise, t-shirts, and caps. If you're interested, just send us an email.
That's right. Oh, and one more thing.
What's that, Rob?
After 2 billion years of continental collisions, glacier steamrolling, and enough ice to fill every freezer in the Midwest, Minnesota finally decided to settle down. The mountains politely eroded themselves into modest hills. The glaciers tidied up by leaving 10,000 plus lakes as a parting gift, and the bedrock called it a day. These days, the only things dramatically reshaping the landscape are road construction projects and enthusiastic ice anglers. Not bad for places started out on fire, got squished beyond recognition, and then spent the last ice age under a mile of frozen criticism.
Oh, wow.
Geologically speaking, Minnesota has earned a long, flat, very stable nap. Oh, that was fun, man. Hey, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Can I get some of that ice for my drink?
You think?